Oh, just more pure, huh?
Yeah, it's just real.
It's fucking all refined and crushed up and shit.
Yeah, it's real.
Like sand.
That's what they call it, real sugar, I guess.
It does look like sand.
I think I might actually use that.
just
By the way, they have a basement.
They do?
I got to...
It's too much. Okay.
Oh, you put beer...
Just wanted to try it out.
Look at it.
It's way too much.
Look at this.
Yeah, you know, now it tastes just like...
in my thing.
That's real sugar.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell.
Is it really sugar?
Yeah, that's how you can tell it's real sugar.
What if you...
Well, cheers.
What if it poisons you?
Do you ever wonder if certain... I always wonder if certain combinations of food will kill you.
There's
Some sure.
Yeah, there's
This is
like
good.
some medication.
Tastes like ginger.
This is
Tastes
fucking
just like a
good.
ginger ale
This
now.
is good. I feel like I ruined the integrity of this beer.
Who cares?
But it's fucking delicious.
It's commitment to a joke, and I appreciate that. Cheers.
That's what it is, yeah.
Cheers.
Just like Grandma used to make.
No, yeah, like there's medicines that they'll tell you like don't eat too much cheese. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And,
There
like,
really is?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like don't have grapefruit juice if you're taking an antidepressant. Like
Oh.
it's cheese and like some kind of like
You
high
know-
concentration of.
Yeah. Grapes kill dogs.
Grapes
Yes.
kill dogs.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just people think chocolate kills dogs.
It's
Not all
grapes.
chocolate kills dogs.
No.
Baker's chocolate kills dogs.
What does?
It's like baker's chocolate. I think that's what it's called, right? Something like
I
that.
have no idea.
It's chocolate used for like baking, so it's like less refined than milk chocolate.
Oh, I
You know
see.
what I
So
mean?
like abuelita, the Mexican chocolate would kill you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Wow.
well, the dog at least. I only know about what kills dogs.
Oh, that's right.
Don't ask me
I don't know
why.
about your-
I just know what kills dogs.
No, my friend found out the hard way. He saved his dog's life because it ate a
Yeah.
grape, and he's like, I had no clue dogs
Oh,
were.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. So now I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
think grapes because they're so harmless?
And like onions too. I think.
Onions too.
Yeah.
Wow, fuck, we're fucked.
Yeah,
dude. Where's
jeez.
this country coming to?
Okay.
It's these darn dogs. Shoot, I was gonna say. God, I'm just all. See, I'm telling you, I'm having one of those mornings.
I feel you.
Of course, I'm also 72, so it's normal.
Are you
for
really
my-
that old?
I'm really that old.
Can I guess how old you really are?
Can you guess? Yes, go ahead.
I know
I'd
the
lo-
range, but I'm a go straight for the number.
Both of you guess a number.
Oh yeah. Let's play.
Actually, I don't even know. I could
Let's play. How bad could I possibly feel today?
There's the range, but I'm gonna play it safe. 35.
That's fine. That's close.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
All right. What
Yeah.
are you gonna guess?
Guess how old you are?
No.
No, my age.
Guess. 37.
Close. Yeah.
See, I would
yeah.
say 38 or
Yeah.
32.
Yeah.
In between those two numbers.
Yeah.
It's an odd
Yeah.
number,
Yeah.
I feel.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Go. I like 1. I'll stick with 1.
Right, it's the closest.
As a general rule, and this sounds, I feel like I would let people behind the
Oh, you're not gonna tell
curtain,
people your age.
the curtain to see
You're not
the
gonna
great
tell
and powerful.
people your age.
They-
Oh, so
to see-
it's above 40.
Yeah,
That's what
above-
it is.
that's what it is. So, that's why, because you're really old. Yeah, that's what it is. As a general rule, I don't know it. Did
Did you go to middle school with me?
Did you found my middle school?
Yeah, that's what it is. I found a middle school. Yeah.
Man, you could be influential in the 80s and have a middle school named after you.
That's
you could be
true.
influential now
You
and have a middle
could-
school named after you. I want to
yeah.
run for mayor of this goddamn city. I really do. I really think that if I run, I think I could run a political campaign well enough to get enough votes to become mayor of El Paso.
Yeah.
I really think I can. I don't think it's that hard to do it in El Paso. Other cities, no. I mean, long shot. In El Paso, I think I could really do it. And I want to.
I think you probably could. I think you probably should run for mayor.
I want to,
It'd
man.
be like Parks and Rec.
I don't
When,
know. I've never seen Parks and Rec.
Oh, what's his name?
Adam
Becomes-
Scott's character.
Yes, Adam Scott's character when he was like 19 or something. He
Yeah.
was the mayor of his small town.
Yeah.
And he did something like he made an ice skating.
He made a amusement park based on ice skating, like an ice skating theme,
All right.
and
like an ice skating park or something like that, and then it failed
Yeah.
and it toppled his
economy.
the economy in the city.
yeah.
That's funny.
You know what's funny is that I had always there was a great Moore, was it Roger Moore's story
Yeah.
where he ran for the school board and nobody else ran for that position, and he was 19 years old,
Yeah.
and he got the position.
Yeah, when I voted, it's like only people are unopposed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's why I was like, I'm just gonna run as an independent. Why not? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why not? You know?
Yeah, and I loved that idea. And as a matter of fact, my best friend and I always wanted to write a screenplay about a 19-year-old guy that bemes mayor. But then when Parks and Rec did it, I was like, "Damn you, Parks and Rec!"
I'm gonna do it next election so I can mark my words.
You totally should.
Something,
run.
not if I'm not mayor, at least like railroad commissioner. Something that's like not that big a deal, and I'll get elected from it.
I wrote in Mayor McCheese for this election.
Oh yeah, I was gonna write in. I was joking in the line. I was like, I'm gonna write in Bernie Sanders, everybody, just so people will get really angry at me.
So people can really get.
I selected Donald Trump just to like. It's like putting your finger next to the trigger on right in your head, on the gun, like next to your head. You're just like, I want to just fucking feel it.
Just want to see what it feels like to destroy the world.
Yeah, and
really.
I did it, and then I was like, oh, I can't deselect it, and like. For like 10 minutes, I was like, I can't deselect his name. Like, I can't vote for this, you know?
Yeah.
But I just scrolled all the way to the beginning, and there was like a button that was like, press to deselect.
Oh my god, that would have been hard. Would you have just walked out? Like, would you have just walked out?
I think I would have submitted it. In the moment, I was just like, well, I have to vote. They're gonna get mad at me if I don't vote. I would have just gone through with it and voted back.
I imagine you walking out of that if you had voted for Donald Trump accidentally. Yeah. I imagine you walking out of that like when. Al Pacino shot the guy in the diner in The Godfather, and he drops the gun, and he doesn't know where he's going, and then he just runs out of the restaurant.
Yeah, I imagine it more like I walk, and then I walk out of the door, freeze frame, executive producer Larry David. Seinfeld theme comes on, and it's like, oh shit. Yeah.
Well, we made it this far without talking about it. Did you guys feel devastated? I mean, like everybody else did. Were you?
God, yeah.
That's assuming. I mean, you could.
The next day, somebody put it perfectly. That really described how I felt. It was just sick to my stomach. Just really concerned.
It felt like somebody died for me. Like I'm going through the grief stage.
Yeah, not to not to like draw from anything or make light of anything else. But I think like when I wasn't around really during 9/11.
Right.
And partially, I was like, this might be a semblance of how some people felt. During that.
Just
kind of just like whoa, like I can't believe that happened.
Right.
And like it was like just weird,
Right.
So I don't know. It was a really weird thing for me.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I walked into the newsroom when you guys were there, and it was happening, and I don't think George and I just kind of glanced at each other. Everybody was like, I hugged Arthur, and Arthur was like, I was really going to cry for a second, and I'm like, I was too.
Cried.
Yeah,
I was on the verge of tears for the day after was one of the hardest. Just like thinking like what the I at work I couldn't concentrate on writing anything. I was just staring at my computer all day and just like I can't. It was so weird, I mean, it's surreal, I should say, not weird. Just like I can't believe this fucking happened, and like what's gonna happen for the future, and like my future, what the fuck's that gonna be like now? At least before there was like. Yeah, maybe it could be, you can't predict the future, but maybe at least it's going in a direction that's not going to be fucking rising sea levels and terrible, horrible shit happening.
Right, right. I mean,
but I don't know.
It's, and I keep telling everybody, I also feel like once the House got control and the Senate and then got control, and I was like, well, we don't have any power, none whatsoever. And, he's going to appoint the Supreme Court judge.
Yeah.
And then I keep, to piss on everybody's parade even further, I'm like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is 83 years old. She's either going to retire or... I'm like, so just keep that in mind. And
I think she would stay out of spite until her last...
If she could hold on.
Yeah. I mean, she got a good 3, 4, 5 years.
God, please hold on for 4 or 5 years. Even if they just have to prop her up on strings, I think... I'll give her blood transfusions just to keep her alive.
Weekend at Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yes.
For Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That's true. Oh,
There's
man,
gotta
put
be
some sunglasses on her and just carry her around.
Well, Weekend at Bernie's her? Yeah, let's just do that.
She's like, oh, she's quiet now like the other one.
She's just keeping it low key.
That's a script issue.
There we go.
Keeping the Supreme Court judge alive.
Weekend at Bernie Sanders.
There we go.
Weekend at Bernie Sanders.
I don't want him to be dead though. I just want to go to his house for a weekend.
I don't know.
Grill a steak and plant some trees.
Now that I see how everybody voted and that everybody was really filled with that much hate, I sincerely doubt now, as much as I would have loved for him to have been our nominee, I don't know if he would have beaten anybody. A Jewish man?
A
Jewish man?
Yeah.
You don't think Bernie Sanders would have beaten Trump?
There's a sexism element to it for sure. So
yeah, that's very true.
I don't know, what is the argument? I missed it.
Oh, I'm just saying that I don't know if he, knowing now that everybody voted the way they did with the hatred and the misogyny and the sexism and the
that's true.
Just the plain hatred. I don't know if the Jewish part would have definitely come into the story.
Yeah, it would have, but I mean, there's enough Jews out there to be like, hey, we've had enough of this shit.
Yeah,
like 5,
and being a woman is like worse than being a Jew.
Yeah, woman is the Jew of the world.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the new Jew.
Yeah, woman is the new Jew. But like, I don't know. I feel like Bernie had this really fervent like supporter base that really I think would have pushed it a lot more than they did with Hillary. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but what the fuck do I know? I'm 21. You know?
Well, I mean, no, it's fine. There was a large part of me, and it's still, I don't know, I kind of waged a Facebook pogrom against third-party voters where I was like, God, guys, come on.
Within the margin of, it was 2 million or 3 million, I think. And it was like, dude, fucking, I mean, yeah, half of them could have gone to Trump. They all could have fucking gone to Trump.
They all could have, yeah.
But like, in this election, man, you can't be doing that. I get it, and I want to be able to make it that. I think Bernie Sanders is the only person that could have maybe had a viable option at a third party.
Sure.
Maybe. But fucking whatever the fuck his name is.
Gary Johnson?
Yeah, and he's the fucking governor of a city that, of a state that's like 10 minutes that way.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's good and everything, but like not right now, man.
No, yeah.
Right now, man.
As I can tell, I think my analogy was if it's the Cubs and the Indians in the World Series, please stop me from putting money with a bookie on the Yankees. Please.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like Derek Jeter could run out any second.
He's going to run out. He's going to hit a home run. He's going to win for the Yankees. World Series goes to the Yankees. I was like, please don't let me bet money on the Yankees.
I know the Yankees can't win, but it'll send a message. They'll know we want the Yankees next
3
time.
3 million people want the Yankees.
And normally Republicans, I don't agree with them. They have a difference of opinion. They're not the enemies. We have a difference of opinion. We're not enemies. They're going to run the country way differently than what I would want. They're going to do things differently. Yeah. And as much as I think, and I've said this a billion times, what's his name? Paul Ryan's a tool and a sad sack and will say anything to get himself elected.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't think he's unfit to be president. I mean, he's still...
Definitely not. Yeah, I think he really would do as best as he could do it.
This particular person, with the way... And the other thing I tell everybody is now... I think that Republican people are so desperate to keep their power that he has changed the game, and now everyone will spew that venom, knowing that it'll get them elected every time.
I guess so, but is he even
Republicans, anyways?
Is he even a Republican though? Now, you know what I mean? Is it like the beginning of a fucking weird, different thing that we're seeing
monster?
Going? Like the Republican Party, which is like this fucking he's a parasite. Republican Party was the body, and then it just overtook.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Like the empty vessel that Trump took over.
But the Republicans made him. They made him with their vitriol. They made him with trying to stop Obama at every term. They made him with all their nonsense.
That's true.
They created this genie
that your baby eating you,
and they can't put him back. Yeah, they can't put it back into the lamp. They're like, we need this genie back into the bottle.
Yeah,
and they just can't. And I'm like, oh boy.
What if he just shook his nose and went away? Like that, whatever.
And then somebody told me, they're like, well, I hope he dies, and I'm like, no, because then we get Pence, and he's worse. He was gonna prison people for being gay. Come on.
Real Dick Cheney situation going on right now.
Yeah.
I want to have that shit again.
Yeah.
Man. Are we still recording this podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, just making sure.
Also, movies. And then back to politics. I'll just put movies real quick.
Idiocracy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wanted to watch that on election night. They had it at the Alamo Draft House playing it, but I don't know.
It's $6.99. It's on special, I think.
No way.
It's just perfectly. This is what I thought was funny. So it's $6.99. It's on sale on Vudu. By the way, get into streaming
There's so
stuff.
many different things popping up now.
Well, I love Vudu because it links in with other stuff. But anyways, that's a whole other technology. But it's $6.99, and I go, I wonder if that's on purpose. And last night, they were showing Back to the Future Part 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, TBS, you're showing this on purpose, aren't you?
Right.
Because, I don't know if you remember, it's Biff becomes rich and a billionaire and then becomes he doesn't become president, but he basically is like the Donald Trump. Yeah, and it's the most bleak future, and I'm like, this is on purpose, TBS.
And didn't the Cubs win or something? I saw.
Yeah, and the Cubs win. Yeah, the Cubs won. Yeah.
You see that? There's a picture of a guy who, in his yearbook in like 1993, was like Cubs win the 2016 World Series. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And he fucking
Is that
predicted
real?
it. Yeah.
I thought it was Photoshop.
I thought it was
no,
Photoshopped.
somebody else
Yeah.
posted a picture of like they had it,
Yeah.
like their yearbook, like
okay.
just took a picture of it, and like, they're like, yeah, this is real.
Yeah, I think people are psychic and they don't really know it.
You just also
Yeah.
guess.
You guys don't watch The Good Place?
The Good Place? No, I never.
Oh,
heard of
it's really, really a funny show, really clever. And so that's one of the jokes in there. They're talking about heaven and hell. And she asks, well, what religion had it right? And she's like, oh, well, nobody had it right. No religion. They probably had about 20% of it right. But the only guy that got it right was Gary. He was getting high with his buddy in Montana.
Yeah.
And he got 78% of it right one night as he started pontificating. And they had the picture of him on the wall. They're like, yeah, that's his portrait. It's just some stoner kid.
That's funny.
And they're like, he got it right, 78% right. And I'm like, yeah.
Really
So
funny.
some people can be psychic, I guess. Yeah, that's really watch that. It's really a clever show.
What's it called?
The Good Place.
It's on Netflix, I imagine?
Yeah, it's essentially like what if one of the Seinfeld characters or someone from Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
it's on NBC,
Okay.
goes to heaven when they're meant to be in hell. And so she's trying to stay fitting in.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of clever choices with it, with the writing. I'm really impressed with it.
I have
It's
a
really
pen on
funny.
me. Do you have a pen on you?
I'll write it down.
It's only like 7-8 episodes in. Watch the first 2 or 3 and see if you enjoy it. But it is well done, well written.
Yeah, we'll definitely give that a watch. I found a. It was like 8. The entire series at that point of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So it was like 6 seasons.
Yeah.
I found it in my house. Like I just had it. Like my dad bought it and just, like had it in his room. And it's funny because I was like, this box looks weird. Like it looks like it's maybe it's a knockoff, but it looks like it's really well done. And then I open it up, and it's like completely just like a very well done bootleg version of this. And I put it in my PlayStation. It's just like it's like menu and like really horrible, shitty graphics.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's from Iraq apparently, and it's like the entire series of Always Sunny, but from Iraq, and. It's the box is like it's incorrect. The box, it has like a blurb. It's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia is this, and this. You know what I mean? It was just the description of a particular episode. Like it wasn't even the series. It was like in this episode D and whatever do this. And like I was like, oh, I didn't even notice this before. Like it's all like wrong.
What were the blurbs in the back where they're like, best show ever, says American man.
Basically stuff like that. I was just like, wow, this is very well done. And like just copied and pasted everything.
How did he get a hold of it? Where did your dad get a hold of it?
Well, he went to he didn't go to Iraq for fun. He worked in Iraq for a little bit. So with the government, so it's safe. And he just bought that shit, I guess.
Oh yeah, he was like, well, I might as well watch something.
Yeah. So
he's like, and Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Did you watch him?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I did. Yeah, I mean, standard definition, really small. Didn't work on my TV really. It was just like my TV is like this big, like like a 40-inch, and then the TV is like a 20-inch.
Yeah. To be fair though, it's not really a show you need to see in high def. I think you're able to.
Yeah, it's fine. It works out anyway.
I think you're able to watch that.
To watch that
in
on
high
a
def.
TV in a barbershop, one of those really small ass TVs, and it works out.
Best American show. And did you like it? Did you like It's Always Sunny?
No, of course, yeah, I love Always Sunny. Yeah, it really had an impact on how I saw television.
Yeah.
It's really fucking fun. Now it's like, okay, we get it. You're all fucking crazy.
Right.
But the first like 6-7 seasons were like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is great.
This might be a terrible thing for a human being to say, but there's a piece of me that sometimes wishes you could behave like them in real life.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you
you
really
absolutely can.
I mean, but you don't.
Yeah.
You'll never.
Yeah. Yeah.
You become president.
There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The gang in
she
control of
beat
the
you.
entire government.
She beat you.
Now it's accepted.
It's like we're dealing with a table filled with comedians that are quick. I have never. I've got to be really honest. I've never seen any of you guys perform. I feel like a jerk. I should.
Oh yeah, we have. I was telling him earlier. We have every other Monday. We got an open mic, and it's not really a comedy open mic as much as it's a storytelling open mic.
Yeah.
It's called Tragedy Plus Time. So it's like you tell a story that was once like really tragic and in your past, but now over time it's become funny or at least interesting to talk about. So we have a theme, so it'll be like disappointment. You tell a story about how one time you were disappointed and it was funny and whatever. And I don't know. You can explain it better, right?
No, you explained it pretty well.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people are coming out. It's at Barmen every other Monday.
The barman is great.
Barmen
too.
has been so nice to us and like so great for like they have a crowd already. We have our own crowd, so it's like there's people are there to watch the show.
How's the crowd? Receptive? Are they there
Yeah.
too?
Oh yeah, listen.
If it's like I have to do my job hosting it well, so they can know it's a storytelling open mic and not a comedy open mic.
Yeah, a lot of people will come and just like they're telling a story, but they're trying to get laughs. Like, just tell your story. You know what I mean?
Because when you just tell a story, the audience is like, oh, it's a story, I'm going to listen.
Listening.
And they'll appreciate things more.
Yeah.
If they think it's comedy, they're waiting, they're judging you, and they're waiting to laugh. And they don't laugh right away, like, oh, this guy's fucking, I'm not
and then
anymore.
they'll just start, like, trying to weasel into their set, which is not what it's for.
Oh, yeah, those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
yeah, so it's supposed to be, like, in the moment, like, hey, tonight, this is the theme, come up with a story right now.
Yeah, tell a story like you would to a friend.
Yeah, and you have stories,
Because comedians are funny, when they're,
it's open to
relaxed, and naturally
You've got
funny.
a natural, it's not a place for you to do a bit. It's not a place for you to work out material.
Yeah,
and it's open to everybody. People who've never done anything before have come up and done it.
And they're usually the best ones.
Yeah, because like everybody knows how to tell a story to their friends, and it's kind of just like that. True. And it's really fun and like something different, definitely in the city, So check it out.
I would probably participate, but I've never told the story because I don't have any friends. So
neither do we, man. So
have you guys done it?
Yeah, of
you're
course.
Just hosting it.
No, it's our show, so
and participate.
Yeah.
So I mean, every now and then I forget to tell a story because I'm just hosting.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the story this minute? Nope, never mind. That's defeats the purpose, right? Yeah, to know. Sorry, I'm already cheating. I'm like, so what's it going to be like?
We usually come up with it like an hour before anyway.
Yeah,
like we don't really know. But
there's also a bowl where you can draw a topic. So you don't like the story of the night. You can draw a topic, and it'll be like,
what time does
your
it
biggest
start?
regret? We start like at 8:30.
Sign-up's at 8. Show usually starts at 8:30, 8:45. But if you get there at 8, you have a spot, and it's a lot of fucking fun. Dollar tacos, dude. Dollar tacos at barmen, and really good $2 you call it left side of the bar. It's fucking really good. Yeah,
even
great
the
specials.
Stuff that's not on special is like really reasonably priced and like really, really, really good.
Barmen's a good fucking place to eat, just in general.
Yeah, their tortas are pretty good.
2 for $1 tortas on Thursdays,
sure.
man.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a great. You don't get that shit anywhere.
Who's the owner of Barmen? I'm really impressed.
Fresco.
It's nice to
DJ Fresco. You know DJ Fresco?
No, just call him Fresco. That should be his name for the rest of us.
He's like a well-known DJ around town. Like he was on Power 102 for a long ass time, I think, or 104.3, one of those.
He DJ'd almost everything at our high school.
Yeah, pep rallies and stuff like DJ Fresco and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. He's like, yeah. So no, he's a cool motherfucker, man. He's been so nice to us.
He's the best.
Well, it's great.
So nice.
It's good to know that people are supporting ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, he has almost every day there's a show there. At Barmen.
Yeah, there's
he's
always
really
something
supporting
going on, like
local
karaoke,
artists.
Trivia.
Yeah, man, it's really something special he's got going on there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's funny when you talk about it, telling the story, and then the comedy comes from just the story being able. That was one of the biggest pet peeves for the improv. When we did improv at Second City, Dave Razowski, I was guilty of this. I would go up and start doing jokes in the bit, and he was like, no, and he would have a fit, and he's like, just try to tell a story, and
Yeah, you're part of the thing.
Yeah, and then it would just eventually become really funny. My best friend was phenomenal at it. He was really good. I sucked so bad.
I haven't tried an improv in the time,
Why were you guys up in LA? It seems like you travel around for comedy shows. You said you were in Austin to do the Oddball Fest, and you guys went to LA.
To do the Oddball Fest.
Oh, right? You wish.
Yeah, I fucking wish I was trying to say Dave Chappelle and fucking.
Or rather, to see the Oddball Fest.
Yeah, but she was actually in Austin to do a few shows like 3 weeks ago.
That's right. You traveled with Jenny Robbins and Adrian. Adrian Monroy.
Monroy. Yeah.
Adrian Monroy.
Yeah. Some people say Monroy.
Better.
It's funny.
I like that.
Yeah. Every time I hear
like
it's just a funny way. It's just a funny way to hear Monroy.
Yeah.
So I picture him because I know him. He's my friend. So it's just funny. It's funny to hear that.
Does he get upset by it?
No, he doesn't get upset at all.
He doesn't.
It's just a funny. It's a good way to pronounce his name.
Monroy. That's what I call him.
Yeah. No, of course. I would call him that. I'm gonna start calling him that now too. But yeah. So we go to LA every now and then. Not like. I haven't booked in a show in LA in a long time, but we just go to watch the comedy and just to be around it and to have fun and just go to Disneyland and shit.
Yeah,
have a vacation.
visit friends. And see friends shows.
Yeah. Well, what comedy clubs did you like to hit when you guys were up there? Of course.
Yeah, Nerdist Theater is like the best.
Yeah.
At least for us.
Sure.
We saw the Meltdown.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
We're in the opening credits for it.
Yeah,
it's really cool on Comedy Central. Yeah,
yeah.
In line, waiting
for a single frame.
What
you
show?
could see us for the Meltdown. It's
but what episode so we can look for you?
Oh no,
it's not. It's It's in the intro for every.
Yeah, so like I think that
you're
day
in the intro for the show. Period.
Yeah.
I think that day they were just shooting the intro. So
we thought we were going to be on the show.
Yeah, so they
like,
might have. We couldn't see behind us, so they might have had cameras and stuff.
Yeah,
but like for a single frame, you could see me like standing out next to like a comic book shelf.
Oh, that's fantastic!
It's fucking cool, man. So like
fun.
that's the place. We try to hit up the Comedy Store. At that point, she wasn't 21.
I was not old enough to go in there.
Yeah. And so we had to have I've been backstage though. I got really lucky one time. I was able to go backstage, and I kick myself in the fucking ass right now for not like appreciating like the history that I was in.
Right.
It was in the backstage of the Comedy Store. I mean, I tagged my name in there.
Yeah.
There's a room where there's a whole bunch of names just written, and of course I fucking wrote my name in there.
Yeah. You should.
In a mechanical pencil. That's all I had on me. I even had anything on me. You know what I mean? And like here's on a fucking pencil. You know what I mean? And I had something on me, so I got lucky. But like it smelled like shit. Somebody took a shit in the toilet, and it just smelled like shit. And like it was just like, of course this is the Comedy Store. Like this is like gross and like whatever. But like I don't know.
That's the one that's on the corner of Melrose and Coquilla. Right next to it used to be Second City. And that's Comedy Store.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the Improv. Yeah,
Hollywood Improv is at Melrose, and I haven't gone to that yet. But that's more of like a clubby whatever.
Yeah,
I've been to Laugh Factory too. That's also more of it's fun, but it's more of like a clubby kind of environment. The Comedy Store, from what I could tell, is more just like the dirty gym of comedy.
Yeah,
it
really is.
Where like the nasty true shit is that I like.
Did you do the I.O.? Did you guys ever go to the Improv Olympics?
No. We wanted to go to UCB. There was a show that was going on, like an improv show, but we didn't. We were doing other shit. We missed that. But like, we saw a lot of comedy shows. We saw like 3 or 4 comedy shows. There's there's always good shows happening. So
yes, there's always a stand-up comedian. The Comedy Store's always got a lineup.
Oh,
but I agree with you. I saw when I was up there. I went to the Nerdist. So we to the Nerd Theater. Douglas Movies is what I saw.
Yeah.
When it was being filmed up there. Yeah. I know.
I remember you told me, and I heard that. I think I heard that episode on when I was like outside of my, because I listened to that shit for years and years.
Yeah.
And I remember that episode laughing about it, and then you said, I was like, oh yeah, that was an episode that I liked a lot. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, with John Hamm and
John Hamm and Kate Micucci, I think.
Kate Micucci.
Yeah. So
and then the guy, he's a gentleman from Austin who ran some movie theater, some movies.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. We should. I wonder if we could ever promote and bring something like that here. I wonder if it would work. I wonder if we could bring Doug to El Paso. Do you think we have
I've been trying to convince
it?
Neon Desert to have some sort of comedy tent. Like it's just a small little area. We could not even have to get big names. Just get a few comedians who I know are very good and would do it for fucking cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That from like in LA and New York and stuff. I know these people would be available for this, and they're fucking funny.
Right.
And I've been trying to convince them to do that, but I don't know the right avenues to go about that. You know? So, I mean, that would be the only really plausible way to bring something like that. I think maybe, but who knows? Can you think of any other way to convince them or convince other people?
I don't know. I met a girl once who ran it, and then I never kept in contact with her, never talked to her.
I think they would want to see crowds or something, so maybe if you document something where
that people have an interest for it.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? And this is going to sound really terrible, but forgive me. But we're also El Paso's pretty copycatish as opposed to leading the trend.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could always remind them that at Sasquatch Festival you have Patton Oswalt perform.
1,000%.
You have plenty of comedians at this festival. At every place has comedians perform. So why not be just like everybody else? Because and then have them. And then remind them that this is that sounds terrible, but we don't. I feel we don't lead the trend on stuff when we should.
No, that's.
We should be Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We should be.
Try to find a way to infiltrate that place because I know somebody who works there, and I could be like, hey, look, this would be good for a lot of people in El Paso who would love to go see some comedy that was brought, for like a few days. You know what I mean?
And then you have a crowd that shows up at noon. The guys that show up at noon and.
Yeah, you have some comedy shows.
You get musiced out. There's no denying you get musiced out.
And there'd be a nice place to like just a chill. Have a beer. There's a comedian on stage, or like an improv group or something.
You don't feel like listening to a punk band. You want to come over and have some laughs. You don't want to listen to the DJ. You can come over and have some.
Hang
laughs.
out by the fucking water station.
I think that's a really great idea. If you could tag even remotely something close to a headliner.
Yeah,
that's probably what you'd have to give them.
In order to say. I don't know. I gotta figure out a way to talk to them because I could be like, these 30 people.
We could start a festival.
We could even start a fucking festival. Laugh Hours did do a festival. Yeah. But it wasn't like that as much as it was like local stuff, and local's not, it's whatever. It's local, it's new, so it's not that great. yet, at least.
Until it becomes trendy, and then
until it becomes good. It's we're so in the beginning of the Paso comedy scene that people are getting good. People are moving. Like we have a friend moving out to Seattle recently.
Oh yeah.
And people are getting good enough to be able to go try it out somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's barely starting to happen right now. And I say in the next 5, 6, 7 years, it's going to start being a little bit more of an actual cool scene. And then
maybe those people could bring people back.
Yeah.
Invite them back to do this.
If I ever get out of here, I'm bringing people. I'm bringing shit back here. You know what I mean? Like one of my biggest goals is to have a comedy show at the Lowbrow, like a monthly comedy show. That's like my biggest comedy goal here is to establish some sort of cool comedy show happening thing in a cool venue and have it be a thing.
I know a few bar owners. Hope and Anchor, they kind of prided themselves on not being one of those bars that's going to have shows.
Yeah.
They do one every now and then if it's like a kind of a big thing, but it's very rare. And I kind of applaud that because in essence, I'm like, you kind of just want a bar to be a bar.
Yeah, of course.
That way, if people come in from out of town and they walk in,
bar's a bar. Yeah.
Oh, it's not we'll just go to the bar.
Yeah.
But there are certain other bars here where I know a few of them. If you're really interested, we could introduce.
That'd be great. I mean, we have tragedies this time. I don't know if you want to replicate that because that's kind of special at Barmen. But that's a discussion we'd have to have, I guess.
I'll pimp it out.
Yeah.
It's a discussion we have to you have to figure that out.
Yeah, of course.
But in terms of comedy shows, the issue is that at this point right now, there's not enough good talent to pump out shows on a consistent basis that are good.
No offense to the talent,
of course. It's just how it is. Everybody's learning right now.
Yeah.
It's still starting out. So I can have maybe 3 shows that are I feel good about these shows. They could, be pretty good. But it's after that, it's I don't really know. So I'm hoping in the next few, I still like to talk to you about those people. We have shows that would be good. Yeah. But for the big, chutzpah of the show that I want to make, it needs to be, I think, in the next few years, people are getting better and learning more about how to do comedy.
You're going to be able to pull them into the seats, because they'll,
yeah, and I know more people from out of this country, out of the city, and stuff like that. I could bring and pay them and stuff, and I could make it more of a thing. Yeah, but that's years down the line. That's my goal, 3-4 years from now.
Well, I mean, if you want to start doing small stuff, I know we could talk to a few people and see what they.
We will be in contact. Are we still recording?
Yeah, we still are. You and I got tagged. I recognize the name now. You and I got tagged to work. Okay, and here comes the moment of the podcast where we bring up the name that we always bring up. Austin said, I bring up his name in every freaking podcast we talked about. But you and I got tagged, I think, in working with Austin in some pilot writing thing. Do you have any clue what that's about?
I went to one meeting at his home, and then I had to leave. I got a phone call from my mom. I had to leave 3 minutes after I sat down.
You had an emergency,
so after that, I'm not in the loop at all. I think he wants us to write and act in it, right?
I have no clue. I just got that, and he canceled the meeting because it was a day that there was a billion things going on. Bob Dylan.
I haven't been to a single meeting. I don't think I will be able to because they're always during times I'm doing something.
Well, that's what I told him if they were to do them on Wednesday and Thursdays, but I wasn't sure what he wanted either. I
think he wants. Did you read that? He put a script on.
Oh, I didn't see the script.
It's if you scroll down in the group a little bit. There's a script. I read it.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
What is it for, a movie or something?
A pilot. I think he's working a web series. Yeah. So he just wants different people to create different type of shows.
I'm not sure. I think he just he said
let's talk about it and see what we can do.
In person, he had told me, I want you to be in the writer's room of this thing I'm doing. So I think he wants help collaborating writing. And then
Have you written stuff before? Or?
I've written just
Just scripts.
Just dumb,
a few little sketch scripts.
Just little stuff.
Yeah. I can't imagine. I don't know. Austin and I, when my best friend and I started out writing, to make a long story short, we started writing with the intent to sell. Yeah. So unfortunately, when we write stuff, it's always a tentpole picture. Can this little kids movie be turned into an animated feature? Can you sell toys? And you know what I mean? So that a producer will look at it and goes, oh yeah, we can make the stuffed animals of these. And so our first, which I have for you, because I told you I would bring you a sample. It's only about 40 pages, but you can read it if you want. Our first screenplay that we wrote was about a group of imaginary friends that set out to save the kids that they play with from being kidnapped from the boogeyman.
Okay.
And so that's what I told her. I said, I don't know what I can bring to your, because I write like tentpole pictures, or if I write a pilot for a TV show, it's like a Parks and Rec. It's like enough. It's more like so I said, if anything, I could probably teach you about structure. Your cold openings, what you need to have in that 28 some odd pages or 30. I said, but I don't know if I write like independent and quirky, and I try to think. Yeah, so I don't know. So I'm curious to see, but I thought maybe
it's interesting. Yeah, I would give it a read just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
The script that he had posted.
Was it his? Did he write it himself?
I think he did.
Okay.
I think he wrote it like alone, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, well, I'm always down to help. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to gloss over sometimes when I'm like, well, that was nice for me to be included. I'll get that word, that one, and that one. That's good enough. I think I understand everything.
Yeah.
Which is probably really a bad way to read stuff that you're being invited to help create.
No, I know. I've been getting the emails too. Like, he's been sending me emails about it.
Yeah.
And I just don't open it. Like, I see. I should. I'm going to do that today. Sorry, Austin. I'm going to read your emails.
Well, we laugh about it because I talk about Austin in almost every podcast, and yet I have yet to do one with him. So I think that's the next.
No, I think you really should.
Yeah, I think I really should.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Let's just keep him a mystery. Make him the Snuffleupagus.
Kind of like what is it? The game that Leonard Maltin in
the Leonard Maltin game. Yeah.
It'd be like, I was talking about Leonard Maltin, but
we have to do 100 episodes or something.
On the 100th episode would be awesome. I thought I was going to make it, but then I realized, I'm like, no, we were tagged in it together, and I was like, I might as well bring it up since we're here.
Yeah.
All right.
How did that feel?
It was good. That was good.
Should we say bye to everybody?
No.
Okay.
If you want, go ahead.
No.
Yeah, no. We just cut it off whenever it got boring.
Yeah.
Or if it ever did get boring.
Just cut it off.
Yeah.
In the middle of it.
He's like, so yeah, it'll be a good 2-minute podcast.
Yeah.
He's like, we've got a sample certainly there for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Gotta have some breakfast.
Yeah.
No. Do you guys sleep? Do you guys sleep in? Are you guys sleeping inners?
Just today. Yeah, I was up late. So.
Yeah, I was up late, and now I'm so tired and shit from all school. I had a midterm yesterday, dude. I didn't know because I'm busy and shit. I thought the midterm was multiple choice like all the other tests I've been taking. The midterm had 2 750-word papers inside of it and 4 short essay questions, and it was due 2 hours from when I started it, and I fucking did it. I fucking wrote a 900-word thing and a 800-word thing, and I answered all the questions, and I fucking did it, and I did it in 2 hours. And I'm so drained from that.
Yeah.
So, like, I just want to.
You're like, oh my god, I gotta. Yeah, it's time to do it.
I woke up like at 11:15, and like I just drove over here real quick.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But you were doing a podcast. You were saying.
Yes.
Yesterday, or you were trying it out or something.
Yeah, we're just trying it.
Yeah. Who's that other dude?
Hayden.
He's supposed to. Maybe possibly stop by.
No, I don't think he's stopped by anymore. He doesn't answer me. He's my personal favorite local comic here.
Yeah,
he's really got something special going on. It's he's got it.
He's got it.
And it's really great to fucking be around that guy. And I called him. He didn't fucking answer me. He's really busy and all that sort of shit. But we'll try to put you in contact. Yeah. So you could do. He could talk for fucking hours and it'll be right.
So what were you guys trying to do?
We just talked.
Do you guys have a theme?
Yeah, it's just called How Are We Doing? So just at the beginning, I'll ask him, like, how are you doing? And then he tells me. And then we'll just go off from there. And then we have a number that you can call in or text to tell us how we're doing. But people were just sending us weird shit. Like, nobody was really... It wasn't helpful. It was like, can you cook some fries? And then somebody wanted... somebody was, like, really into Hayden and, like... was like trying to ask him out, but like I would, but I live in like Michigan or some weird shit like that.
Was it emails or what?
No, it was like the Periscope. Well, we do have a Google Voice number, so that's like a number you can call and leave a voicemail and text it and stuff. But it was weird.
But I mean, people were already. So you had a following.
Yeah, because it's on my Periscope. I already have some people who will watch stuff if
you're on.
Do it, yeah.
You have a fan base without.
I have like 20 people.
Sure.
It's not really a lot, but there's.
Nonetheless.
It's more that that like I'll post it on Facebook and later people will watch it. I just didn't want to do it on Facebook Live because everyone was like, "Oh, I hate that notification of Facebook Live. Like, how dare you?" You know. So
Yeah.
we didn't want to.
It is annoying. It's like I don't give a fuck about you. I don't even know I'm your friend.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh god, didn't I delete you a couple years ago?
I unfollowed you. I want to keep the number of a friend. I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, that's right. I want to keep this and the high numbers.
Yeah.
What time is it? Does anybody? My phone died.